Hello everybody, Lewis Random here, and I'm coming at you to talk about some stuff, but first, what you're seeing is some reinforcement gameplay on the map Warhawk, using the USR sniper rifle. It has gold camo, of course, because, yeah, gold camo, and I do pretty well. I won't tell you if we win, lose, how well, or how bad I actually end up doing. Um, so yeah, go ahead and enjoy that. But today we have news stories to talk about. Um, Calling it like media's next excuse to push anti-game programs and anti-game people back to the forefront to give them another excuse as to why we should not play games. As everyone knows, people play violent video games, and people that play violent video games don't actually do violent crimes. It's just about the 0.02%, the small minority that you hear about on the news, and that's what gets heard, not, normal people. So, just like in everything else, people watch violent TV shows, they don't do anything. But the 0.1% that actually does something you don't hear about because, violent TV shows are okay. Crazy people be crazy people. But in this news story, there were two 12 and 13-year-old girls. They held their friend down and stabbed them quite a few times, 19 times to be exact. I mean, 19 times. There has to be something wrong here. Clearly there's something wrong here. According to the two girls, their excuse was they were trying to impress the fictional character Slenderman. So yeah, it's kind of weird. If you don't know Slenderman, he's a fictional character in a horror-based game based off of creepypasta. And a creepypasta is just a scary fictional story. They can be made up. Sometimes they're made about games. Just like based off of an actual game. It's just completely different. But in the game, you are trapped in a wooded area at night, of course, and your goal is to run around and find hate papers, each with a crew drone that reveals information about Slenderman. After a while in the woods, Slenderman will appear and start to chase you, and if he catches you, according to the creepypasta, if he kills you, you don't actually see anything in the game about it. It just shows his face and static in the game. So yeah, he will chase you around in the woods. In the woods, it's night, so you can't see anything. You have a flashlight with limited battery life, of course, because infinite would be too easy. Slenderman, if you haven't seen him before, he's in a little thumbnail for the video, where he's a very tall and slim figure depicted to be wearing a black suit. In the game, he does not have. He has two arms. In the creepypasta and the original urban myth, he has tentacle arms as well. He has no face. He is bald and has a white head. And it's said that he kills his victims, and not in a very nice way. So yeah, in the news story, two girls actually were on trial, and the girl that they stabbed, they didn't kill, fortunately. Very fortunately, they didn't kill their friend. Anti-video game people that I've heard of have not spoken about this yet, and politicians have not. People that want, ban violent video games, those people haven't spoken out on it yet. But they will, as we know, they always do. They say, oh, we should play violent video games because people go on stabbing sprees. They stab their friends to impress these characters that don't exist. Yeah, okay. Sure. That has nothing to do with it. In the game, it doesn't show any stabbing, it doesn't show anything like that, so obviously there's something wrong with their heads. obviously they have some kind of disease or something. I mean, normal people that go out and play these games aren't gonna do that. I mean, I actually haven't played the game. I've seen people play it. I'm not interested in that genre of game. It's just not what suits me. But even then, you have to realize that the games are fake, obviously. I mean, it's not even that great graphics. I mean, if you look at the thumbnail, he's not hyper realistic or anything. So, I mean, obviously you have to know it's fake. And I'm pretty sure the two girls even said that they were doing it to impress the fictional character. Like, duh, it's fictional, you just said so, why would you even bother with it? And then, now that's gonna backlash on the game industry. I'm not sure if any of you heard, but they're already trying to pass a sinner's tax on video games. Like, okay, it's just a video game, you don't have to tax them extra. Like, it's not that bad, they don't do anything bad. It's just, it was comic books originally, and then rock and roll is the devil's music, and now it's video games. And you don't see them saying anything bad about TV shows, where they do just as bad, if not worse, things on TV shows. You don't see them saying anything bad about that, but these things that they're not into, that they don't do, like they watch those TV shows and they like them. But these things that they don't understand, these video games, they just don't understand what's going on in them. They don't understand it. It's not their genre, their preferable genre of things that they like. So what do? They have to beat it down, say, I don't like this, so you don't get to like it either. You're gonna have to pay all this extra money. We're gonna talk about it on the news all the time. These 0.00% of people that actually go out and do something. I mean, even back to the shooting in the Batman movie theater. I mean, the killer didn't even mention anything about it on trial. He didn't. They don't say anything about the games usually. In this one they did, but technically, they were deriving not from the game, but from the story. I mean, it's crazy. And of course it's going to headline as violent video game, even though there's no violence in the game. You are running away from someone, and they catch you, and there is no violence. It's just a scary game. Going off a story, practically from the internet that someone made up. That's what it is. And clearly, there's something wrong. Either they were not taught the difference between reality and a game, or they're, like, it's not society's fault. It's obviously either their fault or their parents' fault. Obviously, their parents didn't teach them the difference between reality and life. Like, reality and life are the same thing. Reality and fiction. Well, then they're not going to know any better. There has to be that fine line between reality and fiction. Just because you do something in reality isn't going to change fiction. And fiction doesn't affect reality at all, or at least it shouldn't. So there's that. I mean, obviously they need to know better. But, yeah, so hopefully this won't have too many repercussions on the video game industry. Hopefully we won't be taxed, Oh, now in the violent video game, people have to be tested to make sure that they are going to become violent in the future. But, well, that's crazy, so, anywho, I hope you guys have been enjoying the commentary. It looks like there's going to be about 3 minutes left in the game still, and that's fine. You can go ahead and enjoy that, I guess. Anywho, I hope you enjoyed the video, and since I know that video games won't mess any of you up, have a good day. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next video, and leave a rating as you feel appropriate. Uh, I'm Louis, and thank you for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.